Good Sunday morning, YouTube. Welcome to week 5, day 1 of the Change Your Life CYL challenge. I have done a couple of things this morning. I have eaten breakfast, unloaded the dishwasher, loaded the dishwasher back up, um, and gave Wyatt his medicine, his morning ADHD medicine. He's a little cray cray. But I'm going to go into the laundry room where our deep freezer is, and I'm going to take an inventory of what we have in there. Um, Especially more so the meat than like the vegetables and anything. Um, more Mainly the meat more than like the fruit and the veggies that I have in there. Um, so And then once my computer mouse is delivered, I am going to sit down on the computer and create a sheet. I have 3 columns with as many rows as I need. First column is the meat. Okay, second column is the quantity. The third column is how much I have used. Okay, so this system just helps me to know what we have in the deep freezer. I know I have a video on that on one of my channels. I don't know if it's the vlogging channel or the haul channel, um, but it may be a year or two old. So, anyways, I am going to take an inventory. I have a couple of different things that are related to like meal planning, weekly meal planning. I'm going to find the one. It is somewhere either over here or over there. Um, the big one, the Happy Planner one. And sit down and figure out what to eat for the week after I get the everything done and printed out. The inventory. So yeah, I just don't know where it is at right now. Um, the kids, um, they are off school tomorrow. Um, it's parent teacher conferences. I had to reschedule the virtual visit with Elijah's dad for the third time, second or third time. I scheduled it, and then I scheduled an appointment, and I rescheduled it for the same day. And then I forgot and scheduled parent teacher conferences for both the kids for after the appointment. So I had to reschedule the virtual visit to the end of the month. I don't know if you got the message or not. I don't care, to be honest. But I had to find a day where there was time. So that worked for our schedule. If he has a problem with it, then he can deal with it. Anyways, that's what I did yesterday. Um, we did a chili cook-off yesterday. It was really good. A stiff competition. Out of the 7 tables, there were some really good chilies there. 2 white chilies. One of them used some smoked chicken. So, um, but anyways, I am going to get my notebook and start doing an inventory for the deep freezer. And then once my computer mouse is delivered, I'm going to sit down and do it on the computer so it's nice and clean and stuff like that. So we're going to start doing this again. So yeah, wish me luck. Okay, so I got the deep freezer inventory done. I am using the yarn ball winder, which is what you see right there, to cake up some yarn. I don't know why I do this to myself, but I have a bag of yarn. Okay, so I got a bag of yarn that needs caked up, and it just happens to look like this. But I got this much of it caked up. I did find some more of this here that I am also going to cake up. I don't know if I will get to the brown, but I am watching Tangled while I do this. Because I think it fits. It's odd. Yay, it's raining! Happy Monday, y'all. So today was a day. I am obviously in the living room. There is Miss Ma'am who was playing stick and then she stopped playing. She's so pretty. The boys are outside in the backyard. We left the house about 10:15 to go to their appointments with their respective therapist. I sat in on the majority of Elijah's appointment. Because there were some things I needed to go over with his therapist. Anyways. And then the last little bit I went in with Wyatt's therapist. And then they didn't have school today because it's parent-teacher conferences. So we did go to school today. Okay. Wyatt's teacher, she sent out in the app, a place where you could schedule parent-teacher conferences with this teacher, just kind of what worked best for you between the hours that she had available. So I'm getting text messages about a potential job online. Sounds a little scammy to me, but anyways, it started this morning, and the manager is just now getting the information to me. But anyways, we went to Food Lion, okay, on the way to Wyatt's school to grab some lunch because I knew it was going to be a long day and we didn't have time in between therapy and the teacher conference to eat anything. So we stopped in at Food Lion. I got one of their lunch boxes. Look on my haul videos, you'll see what I mean. But it has potato salad, a sub, a pickle quarter, and a sub. So I'm gonna have to put the rest of my meat on 2 slices of bread because the sub bread is really dry. It tastes good, but it's just extremely dry. Wyatt got Lunchables. I just picked up one for Elijah, one of those lunch boxes. It's like $6 for all that stuff. Did I say a cookie? There's a cookie in there. And I was not sharing my cookie today. It's a pecan praline or something like that, and it was super good. But anyways, explain the pay details now. But anyways, Wyatt's parent-teacher conference went well. Only one of Elijah's teachers reached out to me to schedule. It was this German teacher. She's a delight. But we did see all but his PE teacher, plus some other teachers. I had met some of them from last year, but there was some that I had not met yet. They got a good laugh out of what I told them. I also tell Elijah this, but anyways, Elijah's high school is huge, like 2 to 3 times the size of the high school that I went to south of Pittsburgh. Okay. a lot of walking. So we were walking from the gym, and we had gone upstairs, and we were on our way to see one of Elijah's teachers. And I was like, there's entirely way too much walking in this school. And somebody heard me that works at that school, and she's like, I agree. I was like, yeah. Like, I told Elijah I should get him a Fitbit to see how many steps he takes in a day. I mean, he only has 4 classes. But, good golly, Miss Molly. Okay, so he has 4 classes for 2 9-weeks, for 2 quarters, okay? And then he'll have the next 2 classes the next 2 9-weeks, so... which is kind of nice. Like, it's not as overwhelming as having all the classes all the day, all the time, from start to finish. So, you get more time with each of the teachers that way. So, anyways, I got the air fryer going. I got some chicken in. Oh, after we got done with the parent-teacher conferences, I gotta go flip the chicken and put the pasta in. I don't feel like cooking, but I'm hungry. I dropped the kids off here because they both wanted to come home, and then I needed to go to Food Lion. Elijah's out of lunch meat for his sandwiches that he takes at school, that he eats. And we were out of pretzel sticks that they both take in their lunch, and almost out of cookies that Wyatt likes to take in his lunch. Is all in the... And then I got a couple of things. I think tomorrow is going to be a chill day. We're doing Taco Tuesday. There is on Thursday, we're going back to one of the locations that we have done like the last 2 years to do a trunk or treat there. Saturday... Wyatt is going to the stables to do another fun run. My water is boiling. And then we're going to do another trunk or treat in the afternoon, in the evening, that we have done before. We didn't do it last year because Wyatt's stomach was hurting. So I got a list right here. And then we don't have any more until next Friday on Halloween, so yay. Alright, so I just kind of scored big from the therapist. Okay, over the summer, Elijah's therapist, he runs a summer camp. My kids are too young and too old for this camp, but it's for boys. And this year they planted a garden, and I was like, Elijah's therapist. There's some tomatoes and peppers that need to be picked. And he's like, go ahead, pick them. I was like, seriously? And he's like, you could have them all. Oh, I was like, seriously? Okay, yay. But anyways, here's the tomatoes, which this part just needs to be dealt with. I could cut it off. They have these kind of peppers. So I did not get any green peppers because I picked some. I'm going to dice all these up along with the peppers that I picked up from Food Lion. And I am pretty sure that these are jalapeno peppers, which they are all going to stay in this baggie. One or both of my kids are in. Hi, my sweet little angel. Where'd you get that at? Outside. Cool. So that is my little project for tomorrow. Is dealing with this stuff. Well, doing the peppers tomorrow. But I'm going to stick all of this in the fridge. Yeah, I think these are jalapeno peppers. I didn't ask. But I have a dicer. So all I got to do is slice and put it in. So the pasta's in the pot and the chicken has been flipped. I am hungry. Good Tuesday morning. It is slightly after 9 a.m. And other than the kitty and the washing machine, it is quiet. I have the TV paused. I am trying to turn this into a hat to sell it. I am on row number 19. So I have this one. The goal for today is this one, and the one that is behind it to at least get, hopefully, maybe, possibly 3 hats on the centro, and maybe this one into a hat. So 4 hats. Takes at least 120 rows for a hat. A double-sided hat. I'm going to start with this one, and then go to this one, and then whatever's left, I'll combine it with this one. And I'm going to try to at least get everything listed tomorrow that I have not listed on the Tidu app yet. So, I don't know. And I'm going to try to get through all 3 of the Law and Order shows. I have a little bit left of the original Law and Order. You know what? Tomorrow's yoga. This time tomorrow in 24 hours, I will be at yoga. Whoop, whoop. Yay! I'm looking forward to yoga. It's the last yoga class for the year, so I am looking forward to it. So, but I am going to get back to work. Okay, so I finished watching my shows. The 3 Law and Orders. Finished the hats. And I am on row 27 of the next one using the same colors. I don't get to make multiples of the same color. I did about 125 rows for this hat. And I put in a second load of laundry. Look how pretty that is. So I am obviously working on another one. I know this is not going to be enough, but when I'm done with all of this, I am going to move over to this color and get that one done. So, oops, that one. But, I don't know. It's 11:02. So, I don't know. We're just going to crank out a couple of hats. Try to crank out 3 hats today. That's the goal. So, we'll see if I get there. But, yeah. We're going to try to crank out 3 hats today before I have to leave in 3 hours. We shall see. Right. Alright, y'all. I did do a relatively decent work day. I just took this off the loom. So I got these 2 done. They are reversible. So I got 3 like this, 2 like this, and I don't have enough yarn to make another full hat. So these are going to get pictures. Tomorrow is a yoga morning. I might go to Michael's and Goodwill, because I've seen posts where people are donating yarn. They're cleaning out like family members' yarn places and donating the yarn to like Goodwill because I don't really know where to take it, and I kind of want to see if my Goodwill has it by any chance. Um, so if not, I may run over to Michael's, or maybe not. I don't know. I haven't decided, or I just might go to um, Aldi while I'm over on that side of town. Really don't need anything from Aldi. Oh, I slept 7 hours 15 minutes last night. Yay! So, just got a voicemail from Wyatt's school. But I am going to get the kitchen cleaned up and dinner started. It is Tuesday. We having tacos. Because I don't feel like cooking. And tacos are easy. So. Okay. So, between 6.5 hours and 7 hours, 17 minutes of sleep. Oy. Anyways, yay. Good morning, YouTube. It is the 4th Wednesday of October. I don't know what is on my head right there. Woke up with it this morning, but I am here. Brought an extra yoga mat just in case, because last month 2 people showed up and they weren't ready, so they didn't have yoga mats. So somebody had a couple extra towels. They're not getting this one, but they'll get the purple one. Maybe first. And the only one here so far. But we is here. It is lovely. So it is chilly. I don't know if we're doing this inside. I'm gonna have to look before I set up my yoga mat. So, yeah. Eastern red cedar. That is what that tree is. I'm gonna have to look to see if they moved it. So, we here. 50th anniversary in 2020 of this place. Hey! Koi fish. More koi fish. Try not to drop my phone. It's not coming out on this side. Turtles. There we go. Smells like butt cheeks over here. Trying to get more koi on camera. I know I saw him over there in the sun. Koi. That one is huge. I love fish. fish. They're in there. Okay, so I think it is like week 4 or week 5 of the CYL. Today is day 4, I think. Obviously, I am back in the truck. Yoga was really good. It was the last one. Could see that. It's a bump. It's a bump. I don't know what happened right there. But, I brought an extra yoga mat with me today, just in case somebody came and they didn't have one. You can see, kind of see that bump. I don't know. It's bothering me. But I ended up not needing the yoga mat. So, there was last month the 2 ladies that came and they didn't have a yoga mat, so I was like, I have this one, they're not going to use my other one. But saw the koi fish, saw some turtles. It was a really good class, much needed. It was one of the few me things that I had scheduled. She's hoping to do it again in March, same place, same time, maybe. So I don't know. I hope so. She teaches at 2 other places. The one is at 4:30 p.m., which is a lot harder for me to get to because of kids and making dinner at that time. So, you know, it is 9:55. I kind of want to go to the Dollar or Goodwill to see if there's any yarn there, but I kind of don't. At some point today, before I get the kids, I gotta go get gas in the truck. We're almost to a quarter of a tank. We're not out. That spot right there is really bothering me. I don't know what it is, but anyways, I did eat breakfast this morning. It was a sandwich. I ended up putting most of the meat on different bread because the bread was just dried out. Anyways, I am obviously at home now. Yay. I had stopped in at 3 different places. 2 of them were one was the SPCA thrift shop. Another was Goodwill, and then Michael's. I didn't find exactly what I wanted to find, but Elijah needed a new bottle, for school, and I found this massive thingy, so, okay, so the price tag on it was a little unclear. And I would go over to the register, and I'm like, I don't know how much this is. So they take it in the back, and they're like, okay, it's mismarked, and just give it to her for $1. $1 for this. I don't even know if those 2 lids go with it, but I'm guessing no. Maybe, possibly. If I could figure out how to get the metal lid off for Elijah to use the one spout lid. Like, oh, all right. So I think these go with the lid, with the bottle, which is probably why it's taped. If I could get this one off so we could use this one to spill it less. So, but anyways, it is lunch time. So I am going to go eat my lunch. We are having a couple of wraps, chicken, cheese, mayo, alfalfa sprouts, and broccoli sprouts. I'm excited. I am hungry. I am going to go sit and eat. So I am hungry. Okay. Hey, y'all. Happy Thursday afternoon. I got my crochet hook. I am crocheting. This is my car project. It is a hexagon cardigan. Okay, it's obviously you could see the green and the white, but I also have red to go with this. This is probably going to be a kid-sized hexagon cardigan. Hexagon cardigan. Hexicardi. Whatever. Because I have like three white balls, cakes. Okay, I have 2 green cakes and 2 red cakes. So the goal is to get rid of as much yarn as I possibly can and put everything on the T-Do app that I make. I don't think I can put bring the the Centro knitting machine into the truck unless I move over to the passenger seat, and that seems like too much work. So what I am going to do is I am going to keep a bag here, this bag full of yarn, and have a car project because I sit in 2 different car lines. Lindsay knows this. She sat in 2 car lines with me to get my kids. The back seat is empty. I am at the high school and the back seat is empty. Yes, I did go get my kid. Don't worry, Karen. There's no need to call anybody. My mom stayed home sick today. And Wyatt wanted to go home. He didn't want to sit in Carline. And we get in the truck and he's like, "Where's my brother?" And and I'm like, "He's at school." And he's like, I completely understand that. I feel that, like, I don't want to sit here. I don't want to sit at the elementary school. So, and he's like, "I just want the internet." So, ew, what is... Sorry. I don't know what that is. But, since my mom's home, I was like, "Do you want to call Yaya?" That bump is looking better. It is not as big. Wyatt kissed it last night, so. But anyways, I was like, "Do you want me to call Yaya?" And he's like, "Yeah." So I called my mom and I was like, "Wyatt has a question for you." So he's like, "Can I stay at home with you?" And she's like, "Are you going to be a good boy?" And he's like, "Yeah." And she's like, "You can." So she was sitting on the porch when we got to the house. So I dropped him off real quick. He's there. I get some extra quiet time. We actually went to the DMV today. No less than 3 trips to the DMV. What the heck? Okay, so Mom got a new car. Okay, she is letting me use her truck. Okay, so she got a custom plate whenever she was driving this truck, and she wanted the custom plate on her car, which means we have to go to the DMV to get the custom plate. Okay, so the taxes are due at the end of this month for this truck. Okay, so the end of October, so the 31st. We have until the 31st to pay the taxes on this truck. Okay, okay, okay. Fantastic, right? So she takes the day off work because the DMV is not open on Saturdays when she is off. Why would it be? Like doctor's offices make it convenient for people who work Monday through Friday who have a 9 to 5 job who can't make it because they have a 9 to 5 job, or kids who have school. Okay, but anyways, so we went a few weeks ago. They wanted something from the government building about the taxes. Okay, and well, Mom had to wait to pay the taxes. I think they wanted the taxes paid. The DMV wanted the taxes paid, but Mom needed a paper from the government building, the tax office in the government building. Okay, so she had to wait until payday to do that. She needed a receipt. Okay, so she pays online like she always does, prints out the receipt. We go in today, okay, and they're like, this is not the receipt that we need. You need to go to the government building. So anyway, she was able to transfer the plate from this vehicle to her vehicle, which means like even when we put the plate on that vehicle, this one doesn't have one. Okay, so she has to go to the tax office, explain to the situation, go back to the DMV. WTF. Okay, so, and then she gets it all figured out. The guy at the tax office said this would have been good enough. Can you put that in writing and notarize it? But anyways, she gets that done, and she comes home, and neither one of us are street legal because we got the wrong plate on the wrong vehicle, so we get it transferred. And I go get Wyatt. I take in a form to become a volunteer because Wyatt wants me to go on the field trip on Thursday. Oh, this morning, Jamie calls me. Well, before that, back up. Okay, I'm on Facebook and I see this notification from Workout Anytime. I used to have a membership there when it first opened by my house. But I ended up canceling my membership because I wasn't using it more than once or twice a month, and I wasn't going to pay for it just to use it once or twice a month. It doesn't have childcare because at the time it was open 24/7. I don't know if it is still open 24/7 or not post pandemic. But anyways, I click on the notification because I'm curious, okay? Like, sometimes I ignore them. Like, if somebody likes my profile picture, I'm not gonna click on that. But, so it brings up this form to fill out. It says join us. I was like, okay, join us for what? So I fill out the form. Okay, so and then it doesn't take me past this form. Like, what am I joining you for? So, and then I don't know if this is before or after I take Wyatt to school. But anyways, I take Elijah to school. Jamie calls me, and then I take Elijah to school while I'm on the phone with her. And then I come home, and I'm mid-conversation with her, and mid to end of conversation, I should say. And then the phone rings, and it's a local number. So I was like, hey, somebody's calling me. Since it's a local number, I answered it because chances are it's not scam because I have an out of state number and I get a lot of scam calls that are state specific that I don't answer. So, anyways, I answer it and it's workout anytime. And I started explaining to her about this and this form to join us. Like, I have no idea what the heck is going on. And she's like, oh yeah, that's for a tour. Like, well, she didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what was going on. But she asked if I wanted to take a tour of the gym. I was like, well, I used to be a member of the gym. But and she asked about me becoming a member again. And I was like, the only way I could be a member again is if I get a job there. I told her I have a bachelor's degree in exercise science. I'd be more than willing to work as a janitor part-time during school hours because I don't have outside support. If my mom wasn't home right now, Wyatt would be in the back seat. Because obviously I can't leave him home alone. He's not old enough. So Jamie has her own things. My sister and Lindsay both live in Pennsylvania. My other sister, Lexi, lives in Ohio. Elijah's friend, the one who cuts his hair. My brother, I have an older half sister and an older half brother from my dad's previous marriage. So he has 2 older kids. He has 4 kids total. My half brother lives in Texas. My younger step brother. I have 2 step brothers, 2 half siblings, and a full sibling. Okay. My younger step brother, who's a couple months younger than my sister, he lives in Pennsylvania, like my sister does. My youngest step brother passed away in 1998 at the age of 4. So I don't have that. My mom, she works until 5 o'clock and doesn't get home until after 5:30. So, and by the time she gets home, she's tired. She's tired on the weekend. So, Jamie has her mother-in-law who does not work. So, but her mother-in-law is in North Carolina right now. So, on vacation. So, and Jamie, she has 3 kids. One goes to the high school, one goes to the middle school, and one goes to the elementary school. Plus, she's the only one who has a vehicle, and she's the only one who's driving everybody around, so she can't always do it. And her boyfriend works from 8 to 2. So, I want to say about 98% of all the things are all on me. So, I don't have a lot of outside support. So, I told her this much. But Elijah's going to get done in like 3 minutes. So, I did get a little bit of this done today. The next color is going to be red. So, I went through some yarn today. I did not go through the stash in the closet. My plans got changed a little bit when Mom stayed home. But I am going to use the yarn that is in my stash. Oh, the gym. Okay, back to that for a second. I know I got off track. I go in Tuesday morning at 9:30 for an interview. Yay. I will let y'all know how that goes. If anything becomes of it. So, but I went through some yarn. I was going to bring out my other yarn, put it in the fabric bins that I have, and put the bins under my bed. But that didn't happen today. That might happen tomorrow or Monday, because I don't have anything planned on Monday. I would like for it to happen tomorrow. So if I could get everything, all 4 of those bins out and put them in the fabric bins and easily slide them under my bed, if I could find room for it, rearrange a few things. But yeah, I went through the yarn in my cubbies that's next to my bed. There's 2 there. I'm going to do some things with that. With 3 to 5 of the colors. There's one color that I cannot get again, and it's the Vanna White Purple. So, but I'm going to use the rest of that to finish up my hexagon dress, my African flower hexagon dress that I made that I need to finish. So anyways, that is about it for today. I did make soup in the crock pot because Wyatt has a trunk or treat tonight. We've been there before. And tomorrow's packet pickup, Saturday, is the fun run at the stables. And that's about it. Good Thursday morning. Don't you do it, Miss Ma'am. Thank you. That is not as bumpy as it used to be a few days ago. So the other day, I got this idea. Okay, so y'all have heard of the plastic totes? Okay, I don't know. I'm obviously not in my bedroom. I'm in the living room. Y'all have obviously heard of the plastic bins like this. Okay, so this one had my fabric in it. Mom at some point got me some plastic bins. After moving here, my dresser got destroyed. Okay, instead of it standing straight up like this, it was standing straight up like this, like at an angle. Miss Ma'am is having a field day here. So that one bye-byes. Okay. There's a closet in the hallway over there. Okay. That I have been using for my clothes for the last 10 years. While working at Waffle House, I started collecting crates, okay, like the one in Baton Rouge and then the one here in South Carolina. The guys were cool with it because they said that it would just move around in the truck. Okay, so in the closet, I have crates where I separate my clothes, like drawers. And then for the bins, I would use for like seasonal clothes. Like right now, it's fall, so I would during this spring, summer, and fall months, I would keep my summer clothes in the closet right there and my winter clothes in the bins in my closet in my bedroom. And then we got different bins and they didn't fit in my closet anymore. So Mom got me these fabric totes, these ones. I have some purple ones in the hallway that have my winter clothes in. Last year, since they're in the hallway and not in my closet, I didn't even bother to what's nice is like this, you can open this right here and see what's in here. You could open the top, okay, like that, and then you could see from the side right here. This part does not open or close, just the front. So I got these ones because I was originally going to put them in the closet, but I just never, for my summer clothes, and just take those ones out. and then put the winter clothes in. And I just never did it. I just don't feel like it. That system works for me now. So I got my bins out of the closet that is back there in that little doorway right there. Um, because like I just have like some yarn. Some yarn. Some of those aren't even full. I used to keep them in my room. Hold on. Okay, so I used to keep these in my room, but as you can tell, I have just a little bit of yarn. So the plan is to put my yarn and my fabric in these. I have a total of 4, but I'm only getting out 2. I am going to see how much yarn I can put in here. So for right now, I am going to treat this as my full-time job until I can get like, well, this YouTube, this yarn, fabric, what have you, mostly yarn for right now, as my full-time job until like I get like an actual full-time job. I don't know. I have an interview on Tuesday morning at Workout Anytime that is down that way. But oh, I also have that bin right there. So what? My back is itchy. I don't know what's going to become of that interview, if I will actually get a job there or not. It would be definitely be part-time. Anything outside of the house is going to have to be part-time for the time being until at least Wyatt is slightly older, like 13, 14. And I feel comfortable enough leaving him home alone. Like, right now, I don't feel comfortable enough leaving my kids at home, just the 2 of them. Elijah does have a cell phone, okay, but I don't feel comfortable enough leaving them. Plus, if I, with the, I told them I was very, very clear that I don't have outside support, so my working hours would be during school hours. And the fact that it is walking distance from the house makes me feel a little bit better for like the times that, like at the like on Friday when my kids are off, okay, off of school, and so, but Elijah, they have an appointment on Friday. Plus, we have other things going on Friday. It's Halloween. Not today, Friday. Happy Friday, by the way. It is week 5, I think, day 6 of the Change Your Life Challenge. Okay, so, but anything I do with yarn and YouTube, I can do anytime, day or night. So, but the goal is to get all the yarn from these 4 bins, plus that bin. Plus, I kept out the fall decorations to put right here. So, I put everything in here. Put these in my bed, under my bed, so I have easy access. Because, like, for the time being, I'm going to treat this like a full-time job. Treat YouTube like I have been like a full-time job. Yes, Miss Man, what do you need? You're so pretty. She's got the zoomies. So, I just want easy access. I had to, like, move stuff, like her litter box, the little thingy. So, but yarn and YouTube I can do anytime, like I have been doing. So, outside work, outside of the house, is going to have to be, like, part-time during school hours. So I explained that to them on the phone yesterday. So she wrote that down. I don't know. I'm going to be perfectly honest with them, okay? Like, I don't know if I am going to get hired. If I don't, it's fine. If I do, fantastic. So, but I'm still going to treat yarn and YouTube like a full-time job and get stuff up on the T-Do app. So, and possibly do some in-person and Facebook Marketplace stuff. So, we'll see what becomes of it. Okay, so it did not take as long as I thought it might to empty out all 5 of the bins. Unfortunately, say hello, Yasmin. It has only taken these 2 fabric bins to combine all of, well, the majority of the yarn. Okay, so there is black, heather gray, charcoal, and boysenberry. That's, and it looks like Miss Ma'am got to my yarn. I had started collecting all of that yarn right there, to make a blanket. The blanket that I want to make is a king size blanket for myself. Okay. I am definitely rethinking the blanket, and I'm wondering if I should use this yarn, because here is the charcoal. I have over 12,000 yards of the charcoal, the gray heather, heather gray heather, black, and boysenberry. Okay, so I know this seems like a weird color combination, but I liked it. Okay, hence the reason why between these 4, I have over 12,000 yards. I put it into Chat GPT. The black, I only have 4 of these. Okay. So I have quite a bit of the rest of it. The bulk of the yarn is, she's so pretty. Get away from my yarn. The bulk of it is the gray heather, the charcoal, and the boysenberry. Okay, that would be the bulk of the king size blanket. I would only need about 9-ish thousand yards, depending on the stitch, according to Chat GPT. Okay, so like every time I would go to Walmart, okay, I would find these colors, grab one of each or 2 of the smaller gray heathers. The crafter's choice is Hobby Lobby, or crafter's secret is Hobby Lobby yarn. Obviously I did not cake up any of it because that would take like days to do. But I do have some over here that I'm thinking about taking up because it's just a mess. One of the things that in the pattern that I'm looking for, I want the colors to touch. Like, I want all 4 of the colors to touch each other. I'm going to put that one back in there for a second. Like, touch, you know, like, and kind of look like this, you know, like the black and the grays touching and the boysenberry touching all 3 of the other colors. And the only pattern that I have really found that might work with that is the drop in the pond pattern. It's based on rows of 7. You got 2 rows of color A, 2 rows of color B, 2 rows of color C, and then a row of color A. Okay, so the only time all 4 of the colors would not touch would be in the initial square. And then, like, you make the square into a diamond, and then you start with the corners. Okay, build up from the corners, both the top and the bottom. I don't have one of the blankets, but I could do like color A, color B, no, color A, color B, and then like A, B, C. And then instead of doing an extra row of color A, I would use this for the single row. So this will be like the border around the square, and then work up the top and the bottom. So, and then the sides, and work out the sides once I'm done with the top and the bottom. And then once I'm done with the sides, do another 7 rows on the top, and then another 7 rows on the bottom. So, let me see. I'm going to pause for a second and see if I could find a drop in the pond that I have done. Okay, so I found an example of what I did over 12 years ago. This is one of the blankets. I think this might have been the first time, but this is the drop in the pond. So you can see you would start right here, okay, and then do the middle, and then you would start with like the sides, okay, and then do the top and the bottom. So, and then a border around all of it. So, but this right here is the drop in the pond, that pattern that I am talking about. So it's, don't touch my yarn, Miss Ma'am, it is not a toy. So this is what I am talking about with the drop in the pond. The colors are kind of touching themselves. So, but it is also like the granny stitch you can see right there. I have done this a bunch of times, like different variations of it. So, this is one where I had done it for, I think, Elijah, maybe? Yeah, Elijah, for in the living room. I made that 10 years ago. My dad wanted a Steelers color blanket, so here's another example of it. The bulk of this is the black and gold yarn, obviously. So, and then I did 6 rows of the black and gold, and then a row of white. So, this right here is another example of what I have done. A bigger one, so it's bigger than my queen size bed. I did that for a friend of mine. I could make it like a granny square. That is why it's granny square blanket. So, you know, I can do a star blanket, a 12, or either a 4-point star blanket, something like this with the African flowers, and I can change the colors of the, like, alternate the colors, but with it being like a king size blanket that I want to do I really want to join all of the colors together, or do I want to do something like this? I don't know exactly what I want to do, but I know I want to make it into a king size blanket of some sorts using this um, color. And with Chat GPT, okay, king size blanket is around 108 inches by 90 inches. I would make it the same all the way around, like 108 to 108 type thing. Um, so hold on. I have four of these, which is these are 355 yards each, 1,420 yards. Okay, the gray heather I have two different sizes. I have five skeins that have 482 yards, which is 2410. Eight skeins that have eight of these ones that have 236 yards, which is 1,888 yards. Total is 4,298 yards. The charcoal, I have nine skeins, 3,276 yards. And the boysenberry, I have two different skein sizes, two at 350, seven at 370, for a total of 3,220 yards. So, I have for a total of 12,214 yards of all four of the colors. So, I don't know what I want to do with it. So, but I am also second guessing. It's a lot of yarn, over 12,000 yards of yarn. Do I want to make smaller projects and sell it all? Like hats, scarves. I thought about doing, actually, the, the African flower, amigurumi animals. Let me find one. So something like this with the African flowers, making stuff like that to sell. I can make shawls. I can make stuff like that with it. There's different animals, fish. What is this? I don't know what this is. But I have a bunch of ideas in. This is my Pinterest yarn stuff board. Some Halloween, fall. Do stuff. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do with it yet. There is a sunflower Lindsay. Her favorite flower is the sunflower, made with the African flowers. So I know, like, that my amigurumi is not very good. But if I can make stuff like this, I might be able to actually, well, I could do shawls like this, or ponchos, not, oh, this is like an idea of what I could do where all the colors are touching. I have four colors, and just build on this to make it a king size blanket. That's an idea right there. Or do something like this. I don't know what I want to do yet. Make clothing, a wearable. I don't know. So, oh, that's pretty right there. I don't know. The boysenberry, is really soft. And that's a good idea for Elijah right there. This reminds me of Steelers colors. Like, Steelers. It's a corner to corner Steelers blanket. I've never done corner to corner yet, so but I don't know. So like, what do I want to do with it? What do I want to do with it, y'all? I know one thing for sure is I do not want to make a bunch of itty bitty squares like it for like a big blanket. Um, if I can make it all one piece or as few pieces as possible, that would be fantastic. You know, like, because a king size blanket is a lot of work. I have a bunch of clothes. So, some Minecraft stuff. Um, I don't know what I want to do with it. I really don't. So, I don't know. Comment down below if you're a crafter or not. But what would you want to buy? There's another drop in the pond idea. I like the colors. So I really don't know. Here's a granny square that I was like kind of talking about, like the one with the, yeah. Okay, using all four of the colors. Um, so I don't know. There's this. I know I'm kind of overthinking things. It's what I do best. I need to work on that. Um, so I don't know. I really don't know. Here is something. So, red heart candy corn throw. It's all, three of the colors are red heart. But anyways.
Get set, go!
Woohoo! There he goes.
Look, there's people coming, so we have to go. Is Caroline ready? That one kid took off. Go, buddy, go! Go, buddy, go! You brought it back. I feel like the thing is moving faster than it's supposed to. Yeah.
He'll be coming soon.
Because it's a clinic, I think they got him really good.
I know, I'll just grab some shots. I'm assuming he's going to want something. I'll just grab a...
Where is he?
Well, for a real, sure, but I don't think you want to know since it's a clinic for the pregnant. They won't even know this.
Okay, no, it's fine. But, I'll grab, just in case you needed it.
Where is he?
Grab a couple of shots of it. Just in case.
Okay.
Just in case.
Go, Bosco!
Come on, Wyatt!
Come on, Aiden!
Come on, Wyatt! Come on, baby!
Keep going!
Keep going!
Come on, Aiden!
Almost there, Wyatt! on, Wyatt! Go, 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 go! Yay! Hey, y'all. Happy Saturday. Say hey, baby.
Hey.
Wyatt did his fun run. How was it?
Good.
And he got his medal. And I took his bib off already. So... I'll put the clip on his Facebook page. So...
You have a Facebook page?
Or not Facebook, YouTube channel.
Yeah.
I'll put him running on there. So when we get home. You did a good job, buddy. And we get no fun runs next weekend. And then, but in 2 weeks, we have a turkey trot. Okay? And we are wearing our matching shirts from last year's fun run when we did the 5K. There's his. We match. We're the same. We're twins, aren't we?
Gotta take my jacket off.
Yep. All right, we're gonna get back to the house. Okay, y'all. Gonna end this video, get it edited, but I wanted to show y'all what I am currently working on. This is the first panel. So it's gonna be 70 rows total, 14 of each color. It is the Yarn Bee Sugar Wheel in the color Shirley Plum. Hold on. What is it? 100% acrylic. So, with this one, it also comes with a dark purple, a medium gray, and a dark gray. So I am working on alternating the colors. It'll be light gray, light purple, medium gray, dark purple, and then the dark gray. And I'm making 2 panels, and it'll be a poncho type thing. So I took Wyatt to the YMCA. Jamie and her 3 kids met us here because their original plans were kind of boring. It didn't play out like it didn't happen the way it was advertised as happening. So they ended up coming with us. And Jamie's not the nature type, and I finally got her to go hiking because it was on the trail at the YMCA. So the kids had a good time. They got candy and all that fun stuff. So, anyways, I am going to get this video edited. Oh, this morning was the fun run. So Wyatt had fun. I moved all of his medals to in the living room, and I am going to get him a custom made a medal hanger of his own for his medals, and I'm going to get his name on it. So have it picked out in my Etsy cart. So yay. Anyways, I am going to go so I can get this video uploaded and ready for y'all. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell, and I will see y'all next time. Peace.